Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever felt overlooked, dismissed, or treated unfairly? Maybe someone spoke to you with harsh words, mocked your beliefs, or simply refused to acknowledge your worth. How do you handle such people? Do you fight back? Do you let resentment build? Let me tell you, disrespect is nothing new. The world has always had those who look down on others, who see kindness as weakness, who mistake humility for inferiority. But you and I, we are not called to live in bitterness. We are called to stand firm, to walk in dignity, and to let our actions speak louder than any insult. First, know your worth. When people disrespect you, it's easy to question yourself. Am I not good enough? Did I do something wrong? But hear me, your value is not determined by the opinions of others. You were created with purpose, with meaning, with a destiny. Never let the voice of disrespect be louder than the truth of who you are. Second, respond with grace, not bitterness. When someone mistreats you, the natural reaction is to lash out. But what does that accomplish? It only spreads more negativity. Instead, rise above it. Show them that their words cannot shake you. Their actions cannot break you. Third, set boundaries. Forgiveness does not mean allowing people to trample over you. Stand firm in what is right. If someone disrespects you repeatedly, it is okay to walk away. It is okay to say, I will not allow this in my life. Strength is not just in fighting, it is in knowing when to step back. Fourth, lead by example. You can't control how others act, but you can control how you respond. Be the one who respects others, who treats people with kindness, who shows strength through humility, and in time, you may find that your example changes hearts. Fifth, surround yourself with the right people. Life is too short to spend it with those who tear you down. Find those who encourage you, who remind you of your worth, who speak life into your spirit, and be that person for someone else. And finally, trust in a higher justice. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to prove yourself to those who refuse to see your value. There is a justice greater than any courtroom, a truth stronger than any lie, and a time will come when every wrong will be made right. So, my friends, when people don't respect you, don't let it shake you. Stand firm, walk in dignity, keep your heart free from bitterness, and know that your worth does not come from man. It comes from something far greater. When people disrespect you, it's easy to let their words or actions shake your confidence. You start to wonder, am I not good enough? Did I do something wrong? But let me tell you something. Your worth is not determined by the opinions of others. It doesn't rise and fall based on how people treat you. Too many of us spend our lives trying to gain the approval of others, thinking that if we can just get them to see our value, we will finally feel whole. But what happens when they don't? What happens when they dismiss you, ignore you, or tear you down? If your sense of worth is built on the fragile foundation of human acceptance, it will crumble the moment rejection comes. Your value isn't given to you by people, so it can't be taken away by them either. You were created with purpose, with meaning, with something inside you that no one can erase. The world may overlook you, but that doesn't mean you are insignificant. The world may speak against you, but that doesn't mean they speak the truth. You are more than their opinions. The problem isn't whether people respect you. The problem is whether you believe in your own worth, whether you truly understand that you are valuable no matter what. Because when you do, disrespect loses its power. It no longer defines you. It no longer controls your emotions or dictates your choices. Instead of reacting with anger or insecurity, you can walk away with confidence, knowing that their words and actions don't change who you are. So, don't let the world determine your value. Don't let someone's negative attitude make you question your worth. Stand firm, know who you are, and never let the opinions of others define your destiny. When someone disrespects you, the easiest thing to do is strike back. It's human nature to want to defend yourself, to put them in their place, to show them they can't treat you that way. But what does that really accomplish? Does it change their heart? Does it bring you peace? Or does it just drag you down to their level? Bitterness is a trap. It doesn't just hurt the one who wronged you, it poisons your own heart. You replay the insult over and over. You hold on to the anger, and before you know it, their disrespect has taken root inside you. But you don't have to live that way. There is a better path, a stronger way, and that is responding with grace. Grace doesn't mean weakness. It doesn't mean letting people walk all over you. It means choosing not to let their negativity control you. It means refusing to be consumed by resentment. It means rising above the situation with dignity. When you respond with grace, you send a message not just to them, but to yourself, that you are not defined by their behavior. Think about it. When someone speaks harshly to you and you respond with patience, you disarm them. When they expect a fight but you remain calm, you show them a strength they don't understand. And whether they realize it or not, your response plants a seed. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day they may remember how you handled yourself, and it may change them in ways you never imagined. But more than that, responding with grace frees you. It keeps your heart pure, your mind at peace, and your spirit unshaken. You don't carry the burden of hatred. You don't waste your energy on revenge. You move forward with confidence, knowing that your worth isn't determined by the way others treat you, but by how you choose to respond. There is a difference between forgiveness and allowing someone to continually disrespect you. Too often, people think that turning the other cheek means becoming a doormat, that you should accept mistreatment without standing up for yourself. But that's not true. You can be kind, you can be gracious, and at the same time, you can set firm boundaries. Setting boundaries is not about anger or revenge. It's about self-respect. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of being treated with dignity and refusing to tolerate behavior that tears you down. When someone consistently disrespects you, you have every right to say, "I will not allow this in my life." That doesn't mean you have to fight them, argue with them, or seek their approval. It simply means you know your worth and you won't stay in a place where it's not recognized. Some people will test your boundaries. They will push, manipulate, or guilt trip you into staying in unhealthy situations. But hear this, it is not selfish to protect your peace. It is not unkind to walk away from toxic relationships. The strongest people are not the ones who endure endless mistreatment. The strongest people are the ones who know when to step back, when to say no, when to guard their heart. Setting boundaries also teaches others how to treat you. If you allow disrespect, it will continue. But when you make it clear that you will not tolerate it, you send a message that you are not someone to be taken lightly. And even if they don't change, you walk away knowing that you honored yourself, that you stood firm, and that you didn't let someone else's negativity dictate your life. So don't be afraid to set boundaries. Do it with love, do it with wisdom, but do it firmly. Because at the end of the day, the way you allow others to treat you is a reflection of how much you respect yourself. The way you handle disrespect speaks louder than any words you could ever say. People may ignore your advice, but they will always remember how you carried yourself. If you want to be treated with respect, start by showing it, even to those who don't deserve it. Not because they've earned it, but because that's the kind of person you are. It's easy to respond to negativity with more negativity. It's easy to mirror the disrespect you receive, but real strength is found in choosing a different path. When others gossip, you remain truthful. When they lash out in anger, you stay calm. When they belittle, you lift others up. This isn't weakness, this is power. The greatest leaders, the strongest people, are those who don't let the actions of others dictate their own character. Think about the impact you can have. The people around you are watching. Your friends, your family, even those who oppose you. And when they see you walk with dignity in the face of disrespect, it challenges them. It makes them wonder, how does this person stay so strong? How do they not let the world shake them? Your example can change hearts, even the ones hardened against you. But beyond that, leading by example keeps your own heart pure. You can't control how others treat you. but you can control how you respond. And when you choose respect, integrity, and kindness, you stay true to who you are. You don't let bitterness take root. You don't allow the negativity of others to shape your character. You rise above it. So let your actions be your message. Let your life be proof that respect, strength, and kindness can walk hand in hand. Because when you lead by example, you don't just change the way people see you, you inspire them to become better themselves. The people you spend time with shape the way you see yourself, the way you think, and even the way you respond to life's challenges. If you are constantly surrounded by those who tear you down, who belittle you, who dismiss your worth, it will begin to affect you, even if you don't realize it. But when you walk with those who encourage you, who remind you of your value, who speak life into your spirit, you become stronger, more confident, and more secure in who you are. Not everyone deserves a front row seat in your life. Some people will drain your energy, fill your mind with doubt, and make you question your worth. You can love them, you can pray for them, but that doesn't mean you have to let them influence your heart. There is nothing wrong with stepping away from toxic relationships and choosing to invest in people who uplift you. That is not selfish, that is wisdom. Surrounding yourself with the right people doesn't mean finding those who always agree with you or tell you what you want to hear. It means finding those who challenge you to be better, who hold you accountable, who push you toward growth. True friends don't just make you feel good, they make you stronger. They don't just tell you what you want to hear, they tell you what you need to hear. And just as you seek out those who build you up, be that person for someone else. Be the one who speaks encouragement, who stands beside others when they feel alone, who reminds them of their worth. Because when you invest in the right people, people who inspire you and people you can inspire in return, you create a life filled with purpose, strength, and unshakable confidence. There will be times in life when people treat you unfairly, when they disrespect you without reason, when they seem to get away with their wrongs while you suffer in silence. In those moments, the temptation is to take matters into your own hands, to fight back, to demand justice, to make sure they feel the weight of what they've done. But hear this, not every battle is yours to fight. Not every wrong needs your retaliation. There is a higher justice at work, one greater than anything you could bring about on your own. It may seem like those who mistreat others prosper, like those who lie, cheat, and manipulate never face consequences. But justice does not always come on our timeline. Just because you don't see it immediately doesn't mean it isn't happening. The truth always rises, and those who build their lives on disrespect, dishonesty, and pride will one day face the results of their own actions. You don't have to carry the burden of making everything right. That is not your weight to bear. When you trust in a higher justice, you free yourself from the exhausting need for revenge. You don't waste your energy on anger. You don't let bitterness take root in your heart. Instead, you walk forward in peace, knowing that the truth will stand, that integrity will be rewarded, and that those who sow disrespect will, in time, reap what they have planted. This doesn't mean you stay silent in the face of injustice, but it does mean you don't let it consume you. You live with integrity, you stand for what is right, and then you leave the rest in the hands of the one who sees it all. Because in the end, no wrong will go unnoticed, no truth will remain hidden, and no one who has acted in darkness will escape the light. My friends, in this life, you will face people who do not respect you. You will encounter those who dismiss your worth, who speak against you, who try to shake your confidence. But hear me, you do not have to let their actions define you. Know your worth because it is not determined by the opinions of others. Respond with grace, not bitterness, because your peace is more valuable than revenge. Set boundaries, because self-respect is not selfish. Lead by example, because your actions speak louder than any argument. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, because the right voices will strengthen your spirit. And above all, trust in a higher justice, because you don't have to fight every battle. Truth will always prevail. Walk with confidence, stand with dignity. Do not be shaken by the disrespect of others, for you are not defined by their words or their actions. Live with strength, live with purpose, and never forget you are worth far more than the opinions of this world.